Hey, you guys, we should be starting in about 5 minutes. Hey, guys, we're going to give everybody about 5 more minutes to log on. I know some people text saying they're about to get on, so I'm going to just give them a couple more minutes, okay? Hey, Cornell, I finally see you now. We're going to give everybody about a couple more minutes to sign on.
Hey, honey, are you getting on the call?
Okay, so we're gonna give people. I know for y'all just joining, we're gonna give everybody about 3 or 4 more minutes to get on. Yeah.
Can you hear me? I said, are you getting on the call? Okay. It's the same number, but I sent you the link anyway.
Okay, so it looks like I see about half of everybody on. They'll start coming in a little. So last week we went over stochastics, moving averages. Did everybody get the video that I put in the group? You could just type yes in the chat if you got it. Yes in the chat. Yes in the chat. No, Jatan, it's in the group. It's a YouTube video. So if you didn't get it, make sure you go back through the YouTube video to around last Thursday, because that's when I posted it on there, the recording from last week. So what's going to happen is I'm recording this call now. I'm going to upload it to YouTube, and then you guys can get it probably about an hour or two after this meeting. So last week we talked about what you guys wanted to cover going forward, and nobody really wrote about it in the chat. So I have a couple of things that I want to go over with you guys, and then I'm going to give Cornell the floor. So let me get this chart up, and then I will share my screen. Let's see. Trading view. Chart. All right. Okay. When you guys can see my screen, please let me know. Can you guys see my screen? I'm gonna pull up the chat to make sure. Chat. Yes, perfect. So, I don't know if you guys follow me on social media, but today I was posting the trades that I took from the Euro USD. So for the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be focused on this one chart, because what I did, and it took a very long time with me and my friend, we went back for the whole month and drew every time that support became resistance or resistance became support. Okay, so what this did for me, and I encourage anybody who has a time that loves to play with charts to go back and pick one or two charts that you're just going to focus on and then draw them out. So I'm going to show you on the 1 hour chart. So no matter what chart you're on, if you use TradingView, it's free. You could go to TradingView. You could download it. I was working with my friend Brandon, and we were going over this, and we kind of chose to do it this way, and I'm gonna go and do the Euro AUD just like this. Okay, so what you want to do is every time you see support become resistance or resistance became support, can y'all see my cross arrow? So if you go back in the past, this is where support became this is where resistance became support because it moved up, and back in the past, this same support line became resistance. So if you go back in the chart, the trade that was taken this morning was, I have been watching this since yesterday. Literally since yesterday, I was watching this consolidation area, and this is the 1 hour chart. So, and the blue lines represent the close of market. So this is where the market closed. So yesterday, it really didn't do nothing. It moved straight up, and it kind of was in consolidation for the first, like, from midnight to early. Around 10 a.m. is when this this line, it broke through to become resistance. Now, if you guys have these support and resistance lines for every single support resistance, you will notice that over this month, the market has trended, and you will have different entry points to this same trade. So if you missed it here, it came down, it retested, couldn't make it, and went right back down. So if you missed this entry here, you could have re-entered here based upon your support and resistance lines. So I actually got in this trade off of this resistant line, and I had 2 trades in at 20 cents and rode it all the way down for like a total of like $600. So what right now is basically the lowest that it's been this month, period. And it has broken through the last support and resistance line. So what I wrote it in the group earlier that you guys on the Euro USD should be looking for a buy. The hour chart is low. If I go to the 4-hour chart, you will see that it is lower than the lowest support and resistance that has happened ever. So, like in the last month. So, definitely look for that curve back around in the next, hour, morning, or whatever. And I know me and Cornell were looking at stochastics earlier, and the stochastics were dropping. So I can show you that on my phone for the people that weren't on there last week. So if you take the time to go through and draw those support and resistance lines, that will really help. It helped me in my trade entry, and it helped me catch more pips. So does anybody have any questions about what I did here? Because this right here allowed me to catch a lot of pips with a 20-cent trade. Anybody have any questions? Cornell, you got anything to say?
You need to show that on your regular chart.
I don't have it on my regular chart. I just have it on TradingView because this is what I've been looking at. But I could pull up my phone and show them what I'm talking about.
Because I'm going to give people, investing.com tells you all your pivot points, support and resistance. So if you don't want to go back the whole month and look at it, I would suggest that you add the app, investing.com.
I could show them on my phone because I have it on.
And the website. It shows you your support and resistance level. And to be honest, when you see the market going sideways, that is price action. That means that's where the buyers and sellers agree on the price. So on that particular trade, where she said you could have got back in, the market went flat. That is called sideways consolidation between the buyers and sellers. And you'll notice when you start looking at your chart, all those sideways actions is where the market is basically ranging from one point back to the next point of sideways action.
I'm trying to share my phone, but it's acting crazy like it was the other day. So I'm gonna try it one more time.
And but now today, I will say that on that particular trade, that was because of an announcement.
It was
by the European president.
And that was on the Forex Factory too, guys. The announcement was listed there. You want me to go to my investing.com app?
Yeah, and then I want you to pull up your euro and dollar chart that you use. Because I don't want nobody to be confused because you swapping charts now.
I told him to use TradingView. I mentioned that a while ago.
But you swapping charts and we showing something different.
Okay, so what do you want to show on investing.com?
Well, you pulling it up on your phone. It pull up different on on the website.
Okay, so I'll show my chart and then I'll go back to the investing.com website. So
and this is why I say it's key to learning. Pull up the 4 hour. That's the 4 hour chart. Y'all remember when I told you about the 200? The green line is the Fortune 500 companies.
I'm gonna zoom in.
I like to kind of keep my trades simple. And that goes back to how I showed you on stochastics. Look at all the stochastics and look at what happened every time I told you it touched that green line. That is a key support and resistance line there. So when I was in this trade, I took this trade 3 times. I took this trade every time it came up to that green line because, like I told you, I look for confirmations. So if you blow that up and you look at stochastics went up to almost, that's probably like 96, 97%.
I'll tell you what it is. Hold on. Crosshair. It went real high. It was like 96, 97.71.
So when I see that, I go up to the chart. One indication for me, a good trend, a strong trend in any direction. You see all those green bullish candles up? I know when it hit that green line that it was going to change direction because the sellers had not entered the market at all. Usually on a good trend, you're going to get it go up, it's going to zigzag. Kind of like how Christopher Terry talk about Elliott Wade. That is a good, strong trend.
And remember, we said last week what each moving average was, and the 200 represents the biggest companies. So it was your force. And every time it respected that resistance. It went up, it tested it, it came back down. It went up, it tested it, it came back down. You had so if you have been watching market, it was many retests. Look, it went up, even if you didn't get in the first time. There's your second retest to the same area, right there. It went down. You missed it? All right, retest. 3 candles hit it. It still didn't go through. Back down. Went up, retested again. Still, you had literally 3 different opportunities. You could have taken trade to
hold on. You're getting ahead of me.
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to walk them through the trade.
I'm sorry.
So when it first went up to that green line, we talked about confirmation. Cornell likes confirmation. And to be honest, this is what I want y'all to learn because this trade was brought on swipe trade, but it actually didn't even get up to the entry point. Yeah. So they deleted it. Mm-hmm. But when you can make a decision on your own and know exactly what you're looking at, see, as you see, this turned out to still be a good trade. So that's why I try to get people to at least learn the basics and learn what you're looking at. Because I'm not just looking at stochastics that went up to 97%. Look at the green line.
Sorry.
Look at the 2 candles at the top. Y'all remember when I was talking about candlestick patterns? That's another confirmation for me right there. That is a bearish engulfing pattern back to the downside. Once you learn how to enter those trades, guess what? It was an easy exit. If you didn't want to risk a lot of money, if it had went above that green line, which is the 200 moving average, you could have put a stop loss right there and got out the trade. But as you see, it never broke the green line. And you could have literally stayed in this trade until it broke that line. Or, as you see, stochastic, let's go on down to the first wave after it hit the 200, down to when it went back up. If you look at stochastic went all the way to the bottom and showed you that it was undersold.
Perfect buy.
I would have exited right there.
Mm-hmm. And if you never got in it, that was a perfect.
And if you never got in it, you could have got in right there when it was undersold, when it gave you that rejection. Not right there. The rejection with the wick showing down. Or you could have got in right there. That's a strong pattern also. But I want you to start noticing that this chart is always giving you some kind of candlestick pattern to let you know which direction it is going.
So hold on, babe. So for y'all that missed the call last week, stochastics is the green and the red line or orange, whatever color you want to say it is, at the bottom. And when we're looking at it, we're looking at like when he says it was at 2% or 3%. So if I put my cursor over those lines, it's showing at 4.29. That's where it was. And then where we're getting at 2 point whatever, we're looking at these numbers. Like right now, for instance, this particular trade is a trade I've been waiting on all day. Me and Cornell both, because we've been talking about it all day. So stochastics is low, right? Most of the time the market turns around between 2 and 5. Earlier today, I got caught up in the hour trade on this same chart, and the stochastics dropped to 2, and it kept going down to like 1. So I'm literally waiting on this trade today, or maybe early in the morning, whenever it's gonna drop, because this is a 4-hour chart, for these stochastics to drop maybe a little more to like 1% is what I saw earlier. So it might get down to like 1.00. And I'm looking for a buy to the upside because stochastics are low. It is oversold. So at some point, the market has to correct itself. So this is in perfect position. I'm not saying execute a buy right now. I'm saying to watch the numbers because this is going to be a buy trade in a little while. Somebody just drew on my chart. All right. The other thing I would say is from my trading view, I added this pink line because I entered the original trade that I was in for this. I entered it up here. Like literally after that retest, upon the beginning of this second candle, I was in that trade to the downside. My exit point was this support resistant line because I didn't know if it was going to break through or if it was going to bounce back up like it had been doing, here, here, here. So I had that was going to be my exit point. So I put that up there as a mental note. Well, when I was in it, it kept pushing down, so I stayed in it. And when it passed it, I ended up doing a trailing stop. So I took those same support resistance lines from Trading View, and I picked where I wanted mine to notice on my chart because I'm not about to draw all those lines on my phone. So I picked some potential lines that I could use in the trade that I was using now, and I brought it over. And I drew it. So for y'all don't know how to draw tools on your phone, you can get rid of the crosshair. This little shape icon, you just go, add object. I want a horizontal line, and I could place it wherever I want. And then whatever number it was at Trading View is where I would place it. Just so if you do like the support resistant line, that's what it is. Okay. Cornell, do you have anything else?
Well, like the way me personally, with the Forex and how smooth Forex is,
Oops.
I don't really get in the trade in the middle. And
I didn't say to enter right here. I was saying, I just drew this line. This line was my exit point. That was my exit point. That line.
I didn't say that was wrong by where you got in. I'm saying, like, for me, I like to keep it simple. I like when it goes up to that 200 moving average, because if you look at the way I'm trading, I'm going way down with the cash and I get out the trade.
Let's look at this swipe trade for a second. I'm sorry. Anytime today. Well, I guess maybe. Oh, okay. Oh, it's a new trade. Oh, no, it's not. It's a trade update. Keep selling. All right. So we're going to leave that alone. All right. So back to the chart. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Does anybody have any questions? Hey, Reggie. Anybody have any questions? Please write it in the chat. Cornell, you got anything else to say about this chart?
But like I said, like when it's coming up, I want y'all to start noticing those candlestick patterns as it's coming up to these. Those moving averages are support and resistance line.
You want me to zoom in?
From last week, like I said, at 200, that's the big Fortune 500 company. Those are the guys that actually move in the market. That blue line, the 50, is the mid-sized to large companies, and it's just so on and so on back down. That red line, small to mid-size, and really the 8 is an exponential average of the last 8 candles. And usually after 8 candles, the market kind of sort of turns around anyway. But sometimes, like I said, it will go longer.
Can you go?
The goal is like a guide of the actual movement of the market.
Okay, so Cornell, Q has a question and Sharon has a question. So Sharon, I don't quite understand your question. What are the numbers? I'm not. Yeah, Sharon, can you either unmute or type in what do you mean by that question?
Oh, okay, I'm here. As far as the 200, is it exponential close or simple open?
It's simple.
No, everything is simple except for the goal line. The 8 moving average is an exponential moving average. The 20, 50, and 200 are all simple moving averages.
So it's simple closed?
I'm going to pull it up.
Like basically the 200 means it's a 200-day
right
average.
Why are my indicators not coming up? Or am I just
but they have a open and a closed that you have to check. So do we check open or close, or does it matter?
Close. Apply to close. Look, do you see my
okay
apply to close?
Got it. Okay.
Now Q's question is, can you go over the buy sell indicators in stochastic? He wasn't on the call last week, so do you want me to go over it? Or do you want to go over it? You could go over it. I volunteered.
So like, you see where it's showing, you see the dotted line at the 80% there.
Let me pull my
this is kind of another tool like RSI. Some people actually have RSI on their actual stochastic chart also. But basically when it goes over 80%, it means it's oversold.
So when he's talking about this 80% down here.
And the other dotted line down there at 20% is basically letting you know the market is undersold. So basically like the trades you was talking, like what I noticed since I started trading Forex, and I do this in futures also, usually when the casters get to like 94, 95% or higher, or in single digits undersold, the market usually turns around. And usually if I can get it oversold around one of these moving averages, that's even better. Because basically I'm going to get 3 confirmations when I take a trade. I'm getting confirmation on stochastic that is oversold. Then I look up at the chart. Okay, like I said, I just explained the 200 moving average. Now it's on the 200 moving average. All right, now I'm looking at the candlesticks. You see, like I'm building a case to take the trade. So that was 3 confirmations to let me know this is a strong trade that's probably going to happen. Like I'm not just going off one thing when I take a trade. And these are also safe trades. So when you learn how to enter on those candlestick patterns, basically the stochastic is my guide, because stochastics move with the candles all the way down. This is always moving. This stochastic oscillator down here. So when I got in at the 200, as you see, stochastics guided me all the way back down on the trade to where I really didn't have to get out until where I saw it got undersold. Because guess what? Look what it did when it got undersold. It went right back up. Then it went back oversold again and went right back down at the 200. So I use it as a guide too. Then I go up to the chart and basically get a confirmation. So that's 3 confirmations I'm getting on the trade. And as you see, when those confirmations add up, how they add up there on the strong, and that 200 moving average I'm talking about is a strong indicator. And we're looking at a 4-hour chart. That's even stronger. So I'm looking at the 4-hour chart. That's basically going to be a long trade. But I use 2 time frames when I trade anyway. I go look at a higher chart when I'm trading anyway. But if I'm just going in and trying to get quick money because I'm a short-term trader, I go back to the 5-minute chart. Because these same moving averages, they're going to be in a different place. So like if she switched to her chart now to the 5-minute, switch it to the 5-minute, you're going to see that the moving average is actually in a different place. Meaning, I'm not going to stay in trades too much that long. So if I just wanted to go in and see what the market was doing, like right now, I'd be in a buy. And I would actually get out at that blue line right there, the 50 moving average. Because one thing about it, if you put those indicators on your chart, you're going to start to notice that when the market is hidden, you're going to notice when it's getting to these indicators that it's actually pausing.
And look at this. Look at all of this confluence. And all
it actually pushes it back.
And all
So,
right there, that was like confirmation after confirmation after confirmation for a sale.
And they are real guys. And once all those indicators are in like uniform order, like 8, 20, 50, 200, that's kind of letting you know there's strong confluence in one direction. Because just like when the euro dollar probably shot down, all those indicators line up. It's not gonna change direction until those moving averages rearrange themselves again. So like now you see the euro dollar, the moving averages is trying to rearrange itself to get back in uniform order. So what you're gonna see is what's gonna happen is, and usually when 8 and 20 cross, the market pushes up fast. So what's going on right now? The euro is trying to break the small to mid-size close area. Once it breaks that red line, you'll probably see a strong push up to the next moving average. So if I was taking short trade, literally I would be in this trade until it went up to the bigger indicator, which is the 50. So I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. When y'all taking long trades, I might be able to get 2 or 3 trades off of that blue line and still wind up making the same thing you would make on the long trade because I took the shorter trade. Because like if you pay attention to a trade that you're taking for a day, you'll see that it's going up in the blue, down in the red. This is where these moving averages come in very important because guess what? I would take my little money up to the 50. And if I don't see it break through it, close out and wait for it to pull back because it might range. The market likes to range back and forth between these indicators. And I would get back in it. If it pulled back and stochastic was still lined up and showing me that it was going up, I would take another trade back up to the 50, close it out. But what's happening is I'm banking my money. Meaning I wouldn't really have to let that trade run all day to actually wind up still making the same thing on those longer trades. So I use swipe trades, but I trade it a little bit different depending on where it's setting up at.
So to finish the answer to Q's question, so they got the answer to what the red line does, but we didn't really talk about the green line, the green dotted line.
Go ahead. You go ahead.
Okay. Did you just fall? You sound like you fell. But okay, so the green dotted line represents the pullback in the market. So let me go back to a different time frame. All right. So let's say I know stochastic is dropping, and 9 times out of 10, because this is a 4-hour chart, it's going to be like tomorrow or maybe like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning when this turns around. But best believe I'm about to be on my phone waiting for it to turn around. Euro USD has been real good to me today. So what this tells me, if I do get in that, like stochastics as it is right now, and I'm looking at it here right now, like where it is right now. It's trending low, right? It's trending low. This green dotted line represents if it does turn around at this moment where the pullback is. And if you look at your chart, this green line is about almost identical with where the eighth is trending. So if you bought, let's say it drops to like 1 something, 1 point something, and you decide to buy it back up, just know that when it comes back to this eighth, according to the stochastics right now, the eighth is where it's going to pull back. So you use this as a guide of where it's going to pull back. So if I'm in an uptrend, for instance, right here, I'm in an uptrend, right? This green line shows if it pulls back, where it's going to pull back to. So if in my head, if I line it up with my moving averages, for instance, right here, it went up, it pulled back. It's still in line with the eighth. If you look at your chart, it basically followed the eighth the whole way. So most of the time when I'm looking at stochastics, I'm finding the nearest moving average that is actually moving, that it's moving with. Sometimes it's the eighth, sometimes it's the 20, sometimes it's the 50, but I'm always looking because around that area is if the market retraces, that's where it's going to retrace back to. Does anybody have any questions with that? I'm looking at the chat now. So right now or forever hold your peace. No, I'm just playing. But if you have a question, write it in the chat. Okay? We'll assume nobody has any questions. So that's kind of the chart, the overview. I'll show y'all how so those 286, 298, those were my 2 Euro USD. And if you see, my lot size is not that big. So for all of y'all that think that you have to trade all these high lot sizes to make a lot of money, you don't have to. Remember what me and Cornell have been teaching you? Low risk trades, evaluate, get your confirmations, because those will help you be able to take better trades. Okay? All right. So, I wanted to go over one of IML's new products, which is the Web Analyzer. But before I move on to that, I need to make sure that none of you have any questions with this. Just say, I don't have any questions. Can y'all write me or something? Because y'all real quiet tonight. Nobody want to write anything? Nobody want to say anything? All right.
Janelle.
Yes, somebody's talking to me. Hi.
Hi, it's Leela. I don't think I can type as fast as you are giving me.
You guys can unmute. I just muted out because some people don't know that they like not on mute and they just be talking.
Okay. I like everything you said with this chart. Like you said, it was the perfect setup. But like you said, for people like myself who are trying to learn how to trade now, can you give us, like, if we got an update from that swipe trade, can we look at that swipe trade and you show us, like, what's going on with it? Would this be favorable or not? Could you just go over that one?
Sure.
Your points on.
That's a good question.
I never.
Matter of fact, see if you still.
So I'm about
See if
to
you still got the Euro USD trade they sent out, and I'm gonna tell them why I still took the trade.
That's why I'm looking for it, because
Yeah.
I never even. Let me tell you, I was looking at this chart like since yesterday, so I didn't even look at the swipe trades on it.
Yeah, that's what it said. Close it. Nah.
If anybody has it, you can send me a screenshot of it, and that would be like so much easier. But if not, I'll just go through all these trades. I ain't got no more.
You must have deleted it then. Let me see if I still got it.
If anybody wants to go through their swipe trades, if you do see it, can you just screenshot it and send it to me? Hold on. Another one I want to look at is AUD-USD. Because dang, I just deleted that swipe trade. But they sent the swipe trade for the AUD-USD earlier. And I agreed with it, but I didn't agree with it at that time. So I didn't put it in because it was early. And people that did put it in, y'all lost money. All right. So I kind of remember this. I don't know if anybody has their swipe trade from the AUD-USD. I literally just deleted it. But earlier, it was to enter at, oh, thanks, Ebony. Okay,
What?
perfect. So Ebony sent me this one. So I'm not going to be able to show y'all this. And I'm going to give you an example on this chart, Leela, because it's kind of very similar to the EUR-USD. Oh, Ebony, come through with all the text messages. Okay, hold on. So I'm going to show you on this chart because this is a perfect example of a good swipe trade with wrong timing. And Tonda, all of y'all are just amazing. Sending me all. Okay. Oh, and then Eloise. Okay, I think I got enough screenshots, guys. Thank you, guys. Okay, so this was a perfect example of a swipe trade that came. That was a really good trade. It was just way too early, okay? And whoever got in this lost money, and that's because you didn't evaluate it. So if y'all look at this, just remember what you see because I can't show it to you, and share my screen. But so they had you entering at 0.77100 or 0.77050. It was a market execution, and it was between anywhere between 0.77050 and 0.77100. Okay, and then plug if y'all want to come and y'all live in Atlanta, y'all come. But so then it had your take profit at this number, which is irrelevant. So it had, remember, enter at 0.77050 to 0.77100, and your stop loss was at 0.76750. All right. So when I looked at that trade, they sent it on the 4-hour time frame. So this is the 4-hour time frame, okay? So they sent it, and this was this morning. It came at like, I want to say like 9 a.m., maybe 10 a.m. So this was it, right? It came early this morning. So this is the 4-hour chart. So every candle that you see happen every 4 hours, right? So this morning was like right up in here, right? So it wasn't quite there yet, and they called that trade, and like I was looking at the chart and the stochastics were dropping, but it hadn't quite formed. And you have to remember, on the 4-hour chart, it's like it's on the 4-hour chart, basically everything happens longer. So although that swipe trade came in 9 times out of 10, it wasn't going to roll over until like now or tomorrow morning. Because to me, like around this time, when the stochastic at 2.57 is when you should be getting in. Earlier this morning, the stochastics was at like, trying to get my phone to turn. The stochastics was at like, I want to say it was at like 9 point something. And this is around where people entered, right? And their stop loss came at, it was like, I don't remember where it was. Somewhere up here somewhere around here. I'm trying to figure out the time. It was up here somewhere. So a lot of the people that got in, like right here where it said to but they did it earlier. Where was it? I'm trying to find it. Let me go back to the. I think
0.7650. Somebody just typed it.
it wasn't on the 4-hour chart that I was looking at it. I was looking at it on the hour chart. Let me find it.
She just typed it in. It was 0.7650.
7, 6.
Hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I'm counting on my phone. 0.7 what? 6 what?
750.
76750, right? All right. So they said okay, I could go back to the 4-hour chart. I know what I was doing. My mind went blank for a second. All right, so they told you to buy here. They said, oh, anytime between 7750 and 77,100, buy. Okay, I came and looked at this chart and said, whoa, stochastics over here were only at like 9 point something. So the hour chart stochastics were low, but the 4-hour chart, what they were basing their evaluation over, were still kind of high. Remember, stochastics, in order for you to get in the trade, it's somewhere between 2 and 5. And lately, it's been more between 1 and 3 that you would get in that trade. So they sent it, and I said, the stochastics are too high for me. It hasn't dropped. You're still sitting in an area where it's trying to make its mind up. I said it's honestly a good trade because I know stochastics are going to drop, but it wasn't low enough for me. So I remember me and my friend had the conversation, and I said, she put it in, and I said, it's going to turn around. I just don't think it's turning around anytime soon. It's probably going to turn around tonight or in the morning. Because you got to remember, this is a 4-hour chart. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles right there. That's 20 hours, you know. So it wasn't ready.
Let me cut in because you going to. She wanted to know about the indicator. The reason Cornell won't take this trade. You remember when I told you when all these moving averages are in order, that strong confluence one direction. So right now you have the 200, the 50, the 20, and the 8. They was all pointed straight down when they sent this trade out. I wouldn't have took that trade because I know that's a sign of strong confluence.
But
and it was already a strong push to the downside.
So hold on. So like
stochastic. Here's actually how we use the indicators to actually look at the swipe trade and take the trade. And that's basically what I'm looking at. You got the 8, the 20, the 50, and the 200. One thing about these moving averages, if you put them on your chart, you'll learn that they move with the market. So like right now, until that 8 curve back around that yellow line, gold line, and start making a change back up to the upside, that market is going to stay down because that confluence is so strong and they all in order. Those lines always get in order. So when it starts going back up, you're going to see that yellow line cross back above the 20. And then it's going to keep making its way up until it goes back above the 50. Now that red line going to get behind the yellow line. You see where I'm going with this? Like that trend is not going to change until those indicators line back up. And that's one reason I would take the trade. And that was a 4-hour chart. And if all those are in order and you see that pointing straight down, that trend is still going to be down until it show you a different direction.
But it was a good trade because me and Cornell, we talked about it. It was a good trade. The timing just wasn't right. Like the thought for
and that's what people get thrown off because a lot of swipe trades is coming in on a 4-hour chart. So y'all got to understand that they are putting these trades in to run for a long time. So if you actually was going to take that trade and try to make some money off of it, what I would suggest is look at the bigger scale chart, but you got to go to the smaller scale chart to actually make your money at that time. If you take the trade off the 4-hour, you're going to have to trade it like the 4-hour chart, meaning be prepared to let that trade run the same way they trade.
And the stop loss was just too close because
Yeah, it was too close.
it was just too close. And a lot of people aren't going to want to take that risk. So the safer trade for me is always to wait until stochastics drop. So like right now, it's trending at 1.68. It's going to turn around. I don't know. It's going to turn around.
Let me cut back. Let me explain something though. Even though you see it undersold and oversold, remember what Cornell said. Cornell needs confirmations.
Right.
It's undersold, but looking at the chart, I don't have a confirmation. I don't see a candlestick pattern, a bullish candlestick pattern to get in the trade. So I don't have all the confirmation. So I would not take the trade until I get that sign, because I want y'all to learn how to enter on those candlestick pattern trades that I showed you. So really, you want to get into this until you start seeing some green bullish candles, and they got to engulf that red candle to really give me an indication that it's actually trying to make a move up right now.
And
you wouldn't be trying to buy it right now until you get that indication. So it ain't just going off stochastic because it's undersold. Make sure you got all your confirmations also. I want to explain this as we showing you this.
Right. So the next confirmation that I would have been looking for to get in this trade would have been the stochastics to reverse their position. So right now, the red line is under and the green line is over. So when this starts to make a move to the top, you're going to see that red line shift curving up, and that green line should start going under it, and then they should cross. At around the same time, that reversal pin that Cornell is talking about should be forming. And then you would get in on that next candle that confirms that it's a bullish candle to the upside. So like that's what we're talking about in confirmations. But this morning when this trade came in, I said, "Ooh, great look. I'm going to be watching the AUD/USD, but I ain't putting in this trade because it's not right timing." So sometimes swipe trades will give you the exact look that you're looking for, because if you actually watch this trade between today and tomorrow, what we're saying will form. However, it was just too early and the stop loss was entirely too close. And to be honest, I wouldn't, even if they would have spread the stop loss out a little further, I still wouldn't want to be in this trade, because I wouldn't want that drawdown, because this is a big drawdown on a 4-hour chart, which means whoever's in that trade that got in that swipe trade, if they happen to not put their stop loss there, they lost a lot of money, period. So those are things you should be looking for. Got anything else to say, Cornell?
That's a good explanation on the stochastic. I forgot about the crossover.
I know. Help me. That's why I'm here.
That's right. But I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm big on news also. A lot of y'all probably don't even know this. Go to your settings. They actually have a news feed.
Mine don't really pull in.
What you mean it don't pull in?
Mine don't pull in. Like the news, like the JPY and all of that don't pull in.
Oh, go to your settings.
It doesn't pull in, Cornell. Mine don't pull in. So what I have to do to go to news, because mine doesn't work. It really does not work.
Well, that's yours, but go back to settings. I want to show it to them anyway.
Okay.
And this is something I look at, and this will actually show you the support levels and resistance levels.
Hold on real quick. Hold on real quick. Let me show this first, because the news like LMFX and Traders Way and JAFX, and the news goes by the brokers that they use, because I called LMFX to see why I didn't have news, and they said it's based upon the type of account that you have. So we need a universal way that people can look at news, because it's not going to come to their phone. Like everybody.
I got LMFX. I get the news.
I know, but it's based upon the account you have. Trust me, I called them. I don't get the news.
But I still want to show them on the app what the news is.
You're going to have to share your phone then, because my phone is not going to show it. But you can share your phone.
Which account is you in? Your ElementFX or Traders Way?
I'm in my Traders Way account.
That's why I use ElementFX.
So, do you want to show him this? Because this is the same thing.
No, that's not the same. That's the calendar showing you the announcements for the day. But like in MetaTrader, that's actually a news feed that lets you know about the different paths. Just like what I'm talking about with investing.com. It actually gives you news on what's actually going on and what's causing that market to react the way that it's reacting.
Well, then let me show investing.com.
Yeah.
Because that's what we use anyway. Well, that's what I use. Can y'all see
Yeah, pull it up on your laptop.
I am. Can y'all see my screen? I'm sharing.
Yeah, I see it's at Chanel Chase Airplay.
Oh no. I'm sharing my desktop. Hold on.
But for anybody that trade off their laptop in your terminal, at the very bottom, you will see a news tab down there.
Yeah.
And all the news that's going on around the clock pops up down there. And you'll start to notice that they talking about a lot of these pairs that we actually are trading and letting you know exactly what's going on, actually showing you if the market is oversold, actually showing you the support levels and resistance levels. And see, and that's going back over like monthly and daily type charts, giving you the information for you, so where you really ain't got to do all that research.
Okay, markets, forex. Can y'all see my screen?
Blow it up, so let me turn my sideways.
Can everybody else see my screen? Because my screen's as big as it could be.
They see it. I blow it up on my phone.
All right. So you go to markets, then you go to forex. Oh, I didn't mean to. But is there a certain chart you want to go into, Cornell?
Just click on one. I just want to show them the actual fee. Just click on the euro dollar. So like when you click on the euro dollar investing.com, and like I'm big on, I keep up with the news so I can know these support and resistance levels. You see, it's got a whole lot of tabs. It's showing you the news reports for that market. And scroll down a little bit. On down. Let me see.
Are you looking for the strong sell, strong buy, all of that?
Yeah, we'll show you the Fibonacci levels and everything else. I think click on the analysis tab up there.
You talking about this?
I can't see your. Oh, let me start the screen over. Well, that's showing you if it's a strong sell, strong buy. Go up the tabs above all the news and click on analysis, technical. See new. Well, it's already on there. Click on technical analysis. This actually shows you all that what she was talking about. They did the research for a month on the chart. It shows you the Fibonacci levels. S1, S2, S3, those are the support levels. R1, R2, R3, those are the resistance levels. So they give you all that information in here. So like if you use an RSI, you see RSI is down as an indicator. It's showing you that it's oversold right now. Stochastic is still showing oversold, which it is. And these are the different indicators, but that's the hourly. And you can click on hourly. You can click on the daily, 30 minutes, and it's going to show you the different information for each time frame.
Well, I would stay between the hourly, the 30 minutes, and the 15 minutes. You know, let's say.
Well, I trade off the 5. So, like, if I go to the 5, if I look at the 5, it will actually probably show me something a little bit different. As you see, it's showing a strong buy. This is very important because if you're doing short-term trading like what I'm doing, it's letting me know that it's going to be a turnaround, but it might not pull all the way back up like it went down. So that means I would be trading off of my moving averages and getting out at the moving averages and taking my money. So it's showing you how to basically judge each time frame. So if you're looking at the 4 or 5 hour, click on the 5 hour. So if you was going off the 5 hour, what it's really telling you, like right now, it's still a strong sale, but they probably going off the previous time. It's already been running. They basically talking about that dip down today. But now is it you want a current time, I go to the smaller chart. If I'm gonna take a little short-term trade, I go to the smaller chart. And as you see, it's showing a strong buy like what we're saying right now. But I'll go up and look at the support level on Fibonacci to see when I'm gonna actually get some support on this trade for it to turn around and make its path back up. So that's kind of like what they was doing. They was going back looking at the chart. They was looking at basically the price action areas. That's how the market moves from price to price. That's why you see those candles be all bunched up going sideways. That's price action. That means they agreed on them prices. So when it get, you're gonna notice when it get to those areas, it's hard for the market to just go straight through it. So it might get stuck or have to work its way through those areas. And those are like entry and exit points. So if you're already in a trade and it come down on those areas, you might want to take your money if you're thinking short term like me and don't want it to pull back before it go down. I would take my money coming down on those areas and just reposition. Because I know that on trends, the market is not going to go straight down or it's not going to go straight up. It's going to pull back. So you can always get back in the trade. I just don't like to see my money fluctuate. So that's why I'm a short-term trader. I would take the 20 here, 30 here, because I'm going to have longevity doing it every day. Because I can go in multiple times. Because what's going to happen in a long trade, if you got too many trades open, you can't even trade anymore until those trades clear up. I try to stay free with my trade every single day. So I would take the $5, I would take the $10, I would take the $20, and lo and behold, when I look up, I done made a couple $100 because I don't like for my money to fluctuate. Nothing's wrong with long-term trade. That wasn't how I was taught. I prefer to take the shorter trade, use my indicators, and just reposition myself. But trust me, I can still make the same amount of money they making by catching the pullbacks. Get out, reposition, get in the pullback.
Okay, can I ask a question?
Yes.
All right. So looking at the chart, like you said, is a strong in the 5 minutes. It's a strong buy. So you would go use that support. So you would use S1 and you would set your entry at that level, that S1, correct?
You could, but I'm a little more technical. I'm gonna go look at the chart. So what was the euro dollar? Go back to your chart, Chanel.
I can't be on the phone and the computer, so can I pull
Oh,
it up?
you can shut that down. I just wanted them to know they can go to investing.com and get all that information.
But they're gonna use the numbers. Can I pull it up on TradingView?
Yeah, 1.620. That's fine.
All right. Well, not fine. All right, what's the number?
I think it was 1.62.
I got it. What were y'all looking at? 1.1620?
She was asking about X1.
1.1620.
1.26. Let me see what the mark is at.
I have 1.629.
Okay. So like right now, it's telling you like where it's at now. The chart is at 1.6311. Basically what that's saying is it should hit support when it gets down around that number. So like I said, it's still going down. It may come close to it, but we actually in a support area, meaning it would push it back up. But you would not just get in solely off you just saw S1. You waiting on this candle pattern to form a bullish candle to show you that it's actually it's ready to go up. You still gonna wait for that confirmation on your chart.
Well, it
And
did.
it may take a while. What is it? 4 hours or something you looking at?
It did just hit the top of the hour, and the candle. It looked like.
It's trying to pull up.
Yeah, you know, I've been waiting on this trade all day because I'm ready to ride it back to the upside.
But you basically use all that information as a guide. So like if you were stuck in a trade and you trying to make a decision like, damn, I might need to dump this trade or stay in, and you look and see that level showing you that, okay, you gonna get support down there, I would actually stay in the trade till it hit the support to see what it's gonna do before I just dump the trade off. Because they're telling me that's a support level. I'm looking for a correction. So if I was buying or got in too early, I'm fine. Because, okay, it hit support. Okay, now I see a bullish engulfing pattern. I don't know if you know what that is or not, but basically, like when you hear us talking about a pattern, I'm waiting on a rejection or a strong green bullish pattern to engulf one of these bearish candles and let me know that it's going back up. And RSI, what is RSI down here? Look like RSI trying to turn back around. That's MACD's down there. And MACD's is trying to turn back around. So it overnight or early in the morning, this trade should come back up because that drop was off of news. So the market always corrects itself. So really, only reason we got this long drop today was because of what the president over in Europe said today. So now it's got to correct itself and get back in the range. Does that mean it's gonna go all the way back up? No, it don't. It may go up halfway, but it's gonna correct itself and get back in a range.
All right. So, does anybody have any questions about any of that we went over today? Because I wanted to go over the web analyzer real quick. IML introduced a new product.
Is it available yet?
Yeah, I was using it today. Well, I was trying to figure it out.
They must have just added it because I was waiting on that myself. I think the analyzer do a lot of what investing.com do. Which would be good if they did add that feature on there.
I'm not reviewing terms. I'm like, why is this not letting me know? All right. So this is the web analyzer. And you just go to imlwebanalyzer.com. And what happens with this is, hold on, let me make sure there's.
Okay, so that's what I was waiting on. Let me see this. I haven't even seen this yet. But that looked like it does, like what I told them about investing.com. So that's good.
Yeah. So at the bottom, you have your MACD lines, but you can add stochastics if that's what you want to use. This is like kind of like the TradingView, template. So you can add and draw lines and count your pips and do all of that same stuff you could do on TradingView, you could do here. What happens with the web analyzer, if you're supposed to leave it open. And what happens is all these how-tos or whatever, they come up and it's like your computer is going to go cha-ching. And then you could choose whether you're going to look at the 30-minute, the hour, the 5-minute, or whatever, 15-minute. And it'll analyze all of it. And you will get something like all of these came in. A potential sell on USD CAD M15, right? So you go to the M15, it's a potential sell. They called this trade when price was at 1.28674. That does not mean enter at 1.28674. It means that's when they evaluated the chart at that price. So you can do your own valuation about whether or not you want to take the trade. The reason I like this chart is because the reason I like the web analyzer is because like what we just went over with swipe trades. So swipe trades will come, it'll tell you buy here, and then like you might not agree with it. And some people don't analyze, quote unquote, why they should take that trade. So the web analyzer is not going to give you the exact trade. It's going to tell you at this time when the price was here, we put in cha-ching a potential sale on a USD CAD. So then that gives you the opportunity, like if you put stochastics down here, and this line I'm just learning, but from my understanding, when it crosses over 0.000, that's when you would start to buy it. And when it crosses under it, that's when you start selling. But I don't know nothing about that. I'm still learning it, so don't quote me on that. But the reason I like this is because it's going to basically it's going to make you analyze whether or not you want to take that trade. And it does do some of what investing.com does. It's going to give you the news. It's going to tell you what the price is. It's going to show you the changes in the market. But then it's going to give you a potential look to look at. So I rather personally get these so I could go look at that chart and analyze whether or not I think that is a great trade for me to take. And now you have confirmations to look at. You're looking for the rejection pin. If you're going to use moving averages, you're looking for where those moving averages are analyzed. And you can actually add moving averages to your chart. So you don't have to go like back and forth to your phone. You can actually add moving averages to this so that you can see that. So over this next week before Thursday's meeting, I will be learning more and more about this so I can show y'all more and more about it. But from what I learned today, that's kind of how this works.
That's what I'm waiting on anyway. So I guess I'll be messing with it.
Yeah. I'm about to I really just went over it today. Like he
had added it on there. I had looked for it when he first mentioned it.
Yeah. Oh, and for y'all, it is free until December, and then afterwards it becomes like an IML product, like kind of like swipe trades, fusion trades, or whatever that you're paying for, like in your package. So for instance, if you're not using Fusion Trader, I would take Fusion Trader off and add the web analyzer. Me personally think that this is more beneficial than the trader if you're not using it and you just, it's just floating there. Okay, so does anybody have any questions? Because if you don't have any questions and you have joined in the last couple of days and you weren't on my call 2 weeks ago, then I'm going to go over again how to open your accounts, how to link your accounts to your phone, and yeah. Any questions before I start going over the beginner stuff?
I'm going to mute out while you're doing it.
All right. Any questions for Cornell before he mutes out and disconnects? Whatever he's about to do.
I'm coming back. I didn't make the call.
All right. Any questions? You can unmute if you got a question. Okay. Well, for you guys that already have this stuff set up, you're welcome, Sharon, as always. You are more than welcome to hop off. For y'all that don't, you can stay on. I'm going to go over again how to link the accounts. This is all recorded, so if you miss it, you can always go back and watch the video. Can you guys give us some feedback of what you thought about today's meeting before y'all get off? Nobody wants to unmute? I'm just that scary.
I don't know. You can, Chanel. You gotta give us a moment to respond. Not so fast. But I just to say for me, thank you so much for like showing me what you do. I got to go back and study some more, but what you showed me was very good. And also, thank you for the web analyzer. I didn't even realize about this. So the fact that you showed everything that you were trying to type in, the investing.com, I hear it, but sometimes they go so fast on the trading websites in the morning till it's like so much. So thank you for breaking it down and showing me, visually showing me step by step. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
No problem. This is great. I know me and Cornell's goal is that for everybody on our team to make money. Like y'all all paying money or some of y'all getting it free, whatever. So it's real important that we help y'all make money. So if you don't understand something that we're going over, make sure that you do chime in, ask questions, say stuff, because these are the things that are going to help y'all make money. And when you consistently find a way that makes you money, then it's great, you know. So I want everybody to succeed.
Chanel, this is Sharon. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Off the training from last week that you all did, I went in. I'm still in demo, but I'm up to like $50 a day just doing the short trades on the 5-minute that Cornell and you guys went over last week. So this is awesome. It really is. It's really building my confidence.
That's really good to hear. Really good to hear. Anybody else? Is Eloise on the?
Yeah, Eloise on.
Eloise, can you unmute your phone, please?
She was on.
I know. I think
I'm here.
Oh, I was about to throw you under the bus and be like, I think she just jumped off. She didn't want to. I'm no good, but no. Okay, y'all. So Eloise is Cornell's aunt, and I just want to like she like an aunt to me too. Like she already told me, like she ain't getting rid of me ever, no matter whatever matter. Like she with me till I'm old. But no, in real life, Eloise, how long you been in IML? I think like 3 months.
I came, yes, 3 months. But trading live, I've been trading live for a month and a half.
Okay. So, and I'm being honest, like y'all getting more help than we helped Eloise. Cause like at the time when she joined, like we was real busy. And then I thought about team meetings because I like really wanted to help the team. And Eloise, can you just tell them, because like I'm so impressed by your story. Like I'm inspired. I know you don't really like people in your business, but it's only 18 people on the call.
Okay. Since I've been trading with my live account, my LMFX account, which is the account that I'm more active with, I have made $6,230 in my LMFX account.
And it's
and that is in, well, my month was up on the 12th of October. So that was 1 month. So now we're almost out of October into November. So I've made $6,230 on that account.
Yay. And Eloise,
so I swipe trade a lot. I do a lot of swiping when I feel like my the swipe trades or the other signals that we get and that the tools are not working for me, I'll go out and look to see if I can scalp. I just go and scalp. And that's how I'm making my money. I get in and get out, just like Cornell said. I get in a trade, I get out, I watch it. Get in and get out, get in and get out.
And Eloise, can you tell me what your lot size average is?
Yes, I'm using 0.20 and 0.10.
Did y'all hear that? For all of y'all that thought y'all had to trade like 0.50, 0.75, 1.00, like I'm so proud of her. Like I was just like, oh my gosh, I need to study more. I need to really. After Eloise sent me her screenshots and I was trading my 5 cent and 4 cents and 3 cents and 2 cents that I've been trading forever and still making my $50 to $100 every day. I was like, hold up, I need to start trading 20 cents. And literally the minute I started trading 20 cents, I started making a lot of money. So like it was gradual though. Like we started off together, and now like she pulled me out of my comfort zone. She don't even know it. I was just like here trading 5 cents, and Cornell's aunt, like my aunt, basically like trading 20 cents. She making all this money, and I know what I'm doing. I'm just acting scared. So you'll grow into it. But I just wanted y'all to hear that because Eloise studies. I don't want y'all to think that it was easy. Like
it is not. I was gonna say every day I apply myself. I get into the IML Academy. I started out with the basics, and now I'm in the intermediate and the advanced level classes. And I don't just watch those videos one time. I watch them multiple times. I take notes. I act just as if I'm in college or in high school or wherever. I'm a student. So I get my notebook and I take notes. And if it's something that I don't understand, I try to go and research it and understand what it is that, why am I missing this? And like I said, I go over and over. But one thing I would recommend, because I had a Fusion Trader account, another account through another broker, and I actually ended up losing pretty much all my money in that account. And I recommend managing one account until you get really good at the one that you do have, because I wasn't paying attention to that account. And I just say stay with the one and capitalize on that one account and get good with the one. And like Chanel and Cornell both had said, study the charts. Just like she said, the Euro USD, I was in on that one too. Before today, I was at work today and I made like $600 and some just on that one trade. And that was getting it going in. That was scalping, going in, coming out, going in, coming out. I didn't let it ride because it kept doing a lot of consolidations at some points, and then it would, shift. But I just kept giving me the $5 and the $6, and I would take them and get in and get out, get in and get out. When I first started out, it gave me like $40 some. I took that, and then after that, I started just, like he said, getting in, get out, get in, get out, and I got up today to 600, right at $600.
Meanwhile,
on that.
I was locking in, Eloise.
See, yeah, I didn't lock in. I was on it when I saw that swipe trade come out, and I just started watching it, and I was like, I'm finna get in on this here, and I got in on it, and so that's what I did.
And another thing that I don't know if we shared this with y'all or not, all of us use this book, and it's a black book, but I think now they've changed it to a white book. It's called Price Action. What is the whole name of that book?
Price Action Breakdown.
There you go.
Yeah, Price Action Breakdown. Mm-hmm.
To get it off of Amazon, it's like, I think it's like $10 or $11. But that explains all the price action. It talks about the candles that Cornell is talking about. I know I've read the book.
It's basically a book. A professional trader is showing you. He's not showing you strategies. He's showing you how the actual market moves. So a lot of the stuff you hear me talking about in that book, he gonna break that chart down and show you how the buyers make their move and how the sellers make their move. And it ain't an expensive book. It ain't a long book. You'll probably read it in 2 days, but read it slow, because when you read it, you're going to understand your trades better. Because just like this euro and dollar trade, it actually didn't happen on the swipe trade today because it didn't hit the entry point. So that's why it's important for you to learn how to trade, because you would have missed out on that trade waiting on swipe trade, because they deleted it because it didn't get up. It didn't make it all the way up to that point. But if you knew what you was looking at, you could have actually still took that trade. So that's why we're trying to get people to see, like, don't just solely depend on somebody to basically give you your money. Like, I want you to know how to trade whether IML is around or not around. Right. You'll still be able to make money.
Right. And, yeah, so get that book. You can get it on Amazon. It's really good. All three of us have read it, and I say it helped. Did it help you, Eloise?
It did. It helped me out a lot.
Yeah.
And then also understanding the candlesticks, how
Right.
they form, and the different patterns of the candlesticks. Yes, that helped me out a lot also.
This is Sharon. Who's the author on that?
Ooh.
Lauren to the Mill. L.A. Type it in, Chanel. LAURENDIUDAMIR.
I didn't hear the last T.I. What?
LAURENDIU.
I got Lauren.
TIU.
T.I.U.
There you go. David typed it in for you.
Thank you.
I'm like, what? I can't.
Oh yeah, I had already told him about the book, so yeah, he got it.
Look, when me and Cornell got it, it was black, but I think now it's white. Like if you order it off of Amazon, it's the same book, but I think it's white because we used to call it the black book, but now I think it's white. So a lot of people that I told to order it got it in as white.
Hey, Chanel.
Hey.
Hey, this is James. No,
Hey,
it's still black. The white one is one of his other books because he have numerous books.
Yeah, make sure you get the black one. Yeah, that's right.
But when they looked it up, it was price. It was the same exact name.
Well, I
Well,
think he just made two different copies of it.
Yeah,
I
because
think the black one is the latest one. I think he rewrote the book.
okay,
yeah.
but right beside it, on the website, it has the black one and the white one, and I pick out the black one.
Okay,
You
let me just
good?
show it to y'all. If y'all could still see my screen, let me just show it to y'all so y'all don't even, so there's no mistakes. Okay.
It seems like I'm sorry, this is Reggie. Seems like he got different revisions of it.
Right.
Yeah, the black one is the latest version.
Yeah. So
There you
you
go.
really got to be careful about which one you get.
See, that's the black one right on the top.
Yeah,
Okay.
mine don't have
Got
the
it.
lines and stuff on it.
Right.
Mine
Right. That.
has a price action breakdown on it.
Right. That's a different book.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the book that I believe Cornell shared with us.
I'm gonna have to show you a picture of it because I want to see it on there.
Yeah, it just has the words on it. If you go to eBay, eBay has it.
Let me go to eBay because the one I got literally just says price action breakdown. Like it's very simple.
Yeah,
I can't
Yeah,
talk
that's
about the
it.
other versions because I can talk about the version that I got. That's real good.
Yeah, eBay has them on there.
There you go.
There you go, right there.
There.
Yep.
That's the book. And I went.
That's the one you get.
See the white one?
Ah, I never saw the white one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the people that
Oh, get the black one.
I think that white one is exactly the same though. But
No point intended, right?
So just get this book. This say 25 people, but get this book. I mean $25 because get this book because it really helps.
Right. I'm going black.
You did? Did you record this, Chanel?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Still.
Oh, sorry about that.
Let on black always.
All right.
Hilarious. So, does anybody else have any other questions?
And you might want to repost that link for the stand up everything for the new people.
Well, I'm about to go over it again. Like right now.
You know it's 10:30, right?
I mean, can you type in the chat if you need to go over it?
Chanel, I had one other thing that I wanted to say.
Go ahead.
Hey, this Eloise.
Anything for
Hey,
Eloise.
hey, Daisy, in her classes when she's teaching, one of the things that I picked up that I have been doing, I wanted to share this. I have a journal, and I do journal every time I take a trade. I write them down to see what I did in and out, just to kind of keep up with them, to see how many times I went in and out. And to understand why did I get in the trade, you need to know why you got in a trade, why you getting out of a trade. You know, you need to understand what you're doing. Not just, and so that has helped me too. And she said when you do the first 50, you know, kind of analyze that and go back over, you know, and see what you learn from that. But I have been journaling, so that has been helping me out too.
And she has a spreadsheet you can actually fill out to help journal that too. It's like an Excel spreadsheet where she put everything she wants you to fill out. Anybody else got anything else to say tonight? Well, if y'all don't need the new stuff, I'll just get with whoever does at, you know, a different time. I didn't realize it was 10:30, but I hope we kept y'all with good intentions. And plug, I always have to tell y'all, my book is still for sale at ChanelChase.com.
Yay!
My official book launch is November 11th, and it will then be available on Amazon. But I'm having an event here in Atlanta, so if you want to go, just hit me up, and I'll give y'all the information on that. All right. Anything else? Thank you, Jatan. Thank you. I hope you can edit this video. Well, none of my videos go private. I mean, go public other than to my team. So y'all were on the call anyway. I'm not editing this. Too much work. Anything else? I saw the 2 comments. All good. Everybody good. No questions. Thank you, Reggie. I appreciate it. Really good training. You're awesome, Eloise. All right, so I'm gonna stop the recording, and I'm just gonna say I will see you guys. Will speak to you guys on Thursday, and y'all have a good night. Cornell, you got anything to say?
I'm good.
All right, good night.
Good night.